Hello, I'm Jeff Stilling, and this is Countdown, the show that adores arithmetic and worship words. It's simply the best way to exercise those little grey cells. And after all, we all need a bit of that, don't we? And yes, I know, in my case, it's not just the little grey cells that need exercising. It's a show that's educational and unpredictable in equal measure. No one quite knows which words are going to be unscrambled during the course of the programme. Where else on TV, for example, would you get a round of applause for the word leotard? Stretching it a bit, isn't it? Where else would you discover that a dacoit is a Burmese armed robber? They're called blaggers, where I come from, by the way. Joining me, as always, is the maths whiz whose days of anonymity are definitely numbered, Rachel Riley. Hi, Rachel, how are you doing?
Hi, Jeff. Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
You've been asked for your autograph yet?
I've had a grand total of 2 requests.
Your mum and who else?
My mum's friend.
Oh, that's great. You've been practising at home?
I have. I've got rid of the Rachel. Rachel's out. It's R.A. now.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I've got initials. Yeah. I've made it.
Let's meet our contestants, shall we? Of course, this is Heat 3 of our Champions contest. And our first champion returning today is Richard Britton. And Richard's here as champion of Series 55 since being on Countdown in 2006. Richard has been travelling Europe and came all the way from Belgium to be with us today, the chocolate and dark beer capital of Europe. I'd love to live there, to be brutally honest. As well as being a bit of a journeyman, Richard's hobbies include collecting wild mushrooms and listening to classical music, bird watching, a bit of chess as well. As an octo-champ, he's undefeated in 11 games of Countdown, so will he make it 12? We're about to find out. His opponent today is John Corby, and John is also an octo-champ and a semi-finalist from Series 54 back in 2006. He's a computer programmer from Farnborough in Hampshire and has 3 young children. Now, his last Countdown performance raised over £4,000 for charity. Tell us a little bit more about that, John.
Yeah, my youngest daughter was born with a combination of heart defects, which would have been fatal if left untreated, and as a way of saying thank you to the hospital, which successfully operated on her. So I just sort of, you know, did the sponsorship thing, expecting a few family and friends to chip in a few quid, and it sort of went out of control a bit. It was unbelievable, Jeff. And
how... That's a Chris Kamara impersonation, by the way, for anybody who's not accustomed to it. Look, I think it's worth just giving the hospital a mention as well, because it's an absolutely awe-inspiring hospital, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it was Great Ormond Street Hospital, which was, yeah, just an amazing place. And, I mean, even with what we were going through, you kind of see other people and what they're dealing with, and kind of feel lucky, you know, that it was something they were able to treat.
They do an absolutely wonderful job. I'm sure you'll both do a wonderful job today. Richard and John, the very best of luck. Susie Dent is, as ever, in Dictionary Corner. Afternoon to you, Susie.
Good afternoon.
And alongside her is Andrew Sachs. And Andrew, I was reading that you once wrote and performed a play which had no words. And the interesting thing was it was a radio play that had no words.
Yes.
How did that work?
I'd done a lot of plays on radio. I was in the radio rep company, and I'd indeed written a lot of plays for radio, which I enjoyed doing. But I always think that in radio drama there are too many words. And radio is a medium of sound, not just words. And I thought perhaps we could tell a little story using fewer words and more sounds that are identifiable. And so then I thought, well, why not try an ordinary story that has no words at all, see if it would work. So we spent a week recording it, and it seemed to work because we played all over the world.
OK, thanks very much indeed. We want to hear plenty of words this afternoon, of course, from our 2 contestants. Here we go, then, with the 3rd heat in our Champion of Champions contest. And the first selection of letters comes from John.
Afternoon, Rachel.
Hi, John.
Can I have a consonant, please?
You can. Start with D.
And another.
L.
And another.
B.
And a vowel, please.
E.
And another.
I.
And another.
A.
And a consonant, please.
S.
And a vowel, please.
I.
And a consonant, please.
And a final F.
And for the first time today, here comes the countdown clock. Richard,
Just a 7.
7 to start with. John?
I'll try an 8, please.
Tentatively. Let's have Richard 7 first of all.
Disable.
Disable, yeah. And John, your tentative 8.
Ladyfies.
Yes, it's a very odd word, isn't it? But it is there either with the Y or, in this case, 2 I's. In olden days, it was to give a woman the title of lady. You would ladify her, bestow her with a title.
Great start then. Let's have our second selection of letters. And Richard, your choice this time.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Richard.
Can I start with a vowel?
You can start
Please.
with a vowel. You can start with an E.
Second vowel.
A.
And a third.
O.
And a consonant.
T.
And another consonant.
Q.
And a third.
C.
And a fourth consonant.
And G.
I'll have another consonant, please.
D. And last one.
Another consonant.
Last one is an L.
Look pretty unpromising, don't they? I'm sure our contestants will make something of them, though. Here we go with the countdown clock. OK, John, what have we got?
7.
7, OK. And Richard?
7.
OK, Richard, what's your 7?
Gloated.
OK, John?
Located.
More promising than I thought, you see. Susie?
There's gel coat, literally a sort of resin that you cover with something. Gel coat is there for another 7, but those two are great.
Yeah, fantastic. John's on 15 and Richard is on 7. And John, it is your choice of letters.
Consonant, please.
J for you, John.
And another.
L.
And another.
D.
And a vowel, please.
O.
And another.
A.
And another.
Another O.
And a consonant, please.
T.
And another consonant, please.
N.
And another consonant, please.
And finally, R.
And your time starts now. OK, John, what have you come up with?
7.
7. OK, Richard?
Yeah, I think I have a 7 as well.
OK, let's hear the 7 you think you've got.
Odontal.
OK, and what's
check
your
that.
7, John?
Lardoon.
Lardoon, otherwise call them lardons. They're the little cubes of bacon that you put in soup and things. That's absolutely fine. No odontal, I'm afraid. There's odontalgia, which is toothache, which I've had quite recently, I have to say, but not odontal, I'm afraid.